I'm gonna try to shorten this one up a little bit. Um, this story is about Styx. Styx.
Morning.
Morning, Miles. Got your spider with you?
Yeah, she's all ready.
Set her up on that front table. We'll get started.
Was the name of my rose-haired tarantula. When I was in, I believe, seventh or probably I think it was eighth grade. I went to the Harmar Mall. The Harmar Mall, I talked about this before. The Harmar Mall was, it's in Roseville. It's a smaller mall. They don't have a theater. If you want to go to the theater, you got to go to AMC. Around that time, I'm not sure, because we didn't really go to movies like that. You know, with our parents and stuff like that, we didn't really go to they didn't bring us to the movies. They buy the tape, they go to Crown Video or Blockbuster, they get the tape. Later on we got the DVDs. Styx was a name, STYX. That's why I say, if to really know me, you would have had to known that I was really into entomology and stuff like that. You wouldn't know if you was really, really close around me. Even some of my other friends probably didn't know I had it. But I had a tarantula. I wanted to get a praying mantis. They didn't have them at that time. I was looking at an emperor scorpion, but my mom was like, nah, you can't have that. So,
average lifespan, 20 years. Whoa.
There he is, birthday boy.
I can see him. He's huge.
Happy birthday, champ.
Take good care of him, okay?
As I was telling y'all, we grew up, we didn't really know that we were poor. We didn't really know that everybody in Cedar Riverside really didn't have too much, and people in River Bluff didn't have a lot. I'm quite sure down there in the Phillips neighborhood and places like that, and maybe even certain places on the north side, there was people that might have had less. But now, if you want to compare us to places like Chicago, Mississippi, certain neighborhoods in New York and stuff like that, yeah, you know, that's going to be. But if you look at the wealth gap between, as far as black folks, if you were to look at percentage wise, we're not doing too well. But we did, like I say, we didn't think too much of it. You know, we had food to eat, whatnot. You know, at one point I remember going to the store with the little paper food stamps. So I wasn't embarrassed about it. I didn't really think too much about it until it was made an issue at school. You know what I'm saying? If other kids, or either like the lunch lady, when we got to circle your income, and they looking at your income, we're like, how do you guys survive? You know, so, but I'm a kid and I'm like, okay, I eat. So the little small things, that was a big deal for me. I used to go outside and collect bugs. I used to go to the library. I go to Southeast Library where them police arrested me at. I would go over there. I was first grade. I was reading sixth grade books. So I was a little advanced when it came to stuff like that. I always wanted to know things, answer questions, ask questions. So I used to like to write and do all these things. So my mom agreed that I would get this tarantula. So eventually, you know, I took the tarantula. I'm trying to make this short, but eventually I took the tarantula to school. That was in ninth grade. They had some kind of science project or whatever. It was like towards the end of ninth grade. I was kind of already fed up with the students and the bullying. And I think around that time, earlier in that year, I tried out for the basketball team. And I think I remember my dad still being in the house. So he must have left around about ninth grade. I'm thinking maybe eighth or ninth. But I think it was ninth grade because I came home and he was there. When she was done with him, he wasn't allowed back in the house. They were finished. He couldn't come back down by the house. Then there was times he still came, like he went to work on his car or something like that, and he'd work out in the parking lot, but I didn't really see him in the house. I might have seen him one time come in the house after they were done. He might have came in to use the phone or something, but nah. So, I had this tarantula. I used to put my cologne and fruit snacks in a big aquarium because I had a small aquarium. It would eat crickets. Sometimes I hold it in my hands or whatever, but I brought it to school. And for a project, and one of the other students said that they was gonna do something about tarantula or whatever. And so, you know, at that point, I was kind of like,
Yo, that bug of yours freaks me out. Maybe I ought to smash it for you.
I'm tired of being an angel. It's demon time.
Yeah, whatever, man.
I'm gonna hurt one of these niggas at school. You know, like I say, I had to kind of go with the mentality of not being able to defend myself in school. So I kind of spared a lot of people in school. It wasn't that I really didn't know how to fight. I had spared them. You know what I'm saying? I spared a lot of niggas in school. A lot of, like, I remember me and my buddy were having a conversation the other day, and I said, bro, do you remember who was the people in school, like, that was really, like, you know what I'm saying, the tough guys or whatever? And he was like, man, there really wasn't nobody that could really, there really, it was mostly a talk thing. Talk, gang association. It wasn't really, I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't really that many people in high school that could really, really get down like that. The people that I thought they could, they kind of tucked their tail. You know what I'm saying? And you get to see these things. That's why, man, people need to let these kids know, man, these guys out here that's running around with switches and all that kind of stuff, they're not going to be able to survive once they get behind them walls. They're not. I'm telling you, they're not. But that's Styx part 1. I'm going to give you Styx part 2, and I'm going to edit it out for y'all and give you a little video.